This is Gemini 3. That is a very good model in its own right. We can see these streetlights. This is GTA, and this is after a couple of different prompts, but this is Opus 4.5 off a single prompt. We can see the character running around. We can see him jumping. We can make him run. We can grab cars. There's health. One prompt, it made all this good looking buildings and everything. And in this video, we're going to enhance this prompt to make a much better game. So stick around to the end so you can check this out. But you can see Gemini, great model. Claude Opus, just phenomenal. Introducing Claude Opus 4.5, the newest, best model for coding. It just seems like just yesterday we had Gemini 3 Pro, and then the day after GPT 5.1 Codex Max, and now Opus 4.5. Yes, the last week or so has been absolutely wild if you like coding and large language models, because you can see here, this is SWE Bench. You can see how Claude Opus 4.5 ranks against the other models. It is absolutely insane. And you can see first impressions, Windsurf, GitHub, and you can see everyone talking about it. You can see the charts here, and you can see how well it ranks. And this was specifically for code. So you can see the agentic coding, terminals, and all the different things, computer use, just coding as a overall, it has gotten a lot better, and it dwarfs Gemini 3 Pro, which was the best model just like a week ago. It's wild, the progression. So we have Claude Opus 4.5 here, built for professional work, and we can try Opus 4.5. And if you guys don't know, I have code tests here. So if you go to franklina.com and you go to the top, you can click code test, and you're going to get to this page here. And we have these 5 standard tests we used in all of these different videos. We have Angry Birds here, and here is the prompt. So this one is really simple, but if we go back, we can see the Minecraft prompt, which is a lot more detailed, and it gives a lot more specific instructions of what we're looking for. The reason why I do it like this is there is a wide range of prompts and ways that the model can work on all this stuff. So with all of these different prompts I'm about to show you with the newest Claude model, you can go to actual code, and you can see here all the different history of models and the different code that it has produced. So if you want to see Grok 4, for example, versus Claude Sonnet 4.5 versus Gemini 3 Thinking, we can compare all of the different code, but we can take it one step further. We can actually go to preview, and you can see exactly what it has done for each individual game. So this was Gemini 3 Thinking, and I actually did a video on this not too long ago. It's just this past week, and you can see what it created. We're going to run these same exact prompts, and we're going to compare each of these 5 prompts to Claude Opus 4.5. So I have actually already started, and I've put in the first prompt here. This is Angry Birds. And actually, before I do that, let me just quickly show you what Gemini 3 Thinking has done. So you can actually see Furious Fowl. We can pick our first level. Here is our bird. We can see a little slingshot. We can fling, and it actually does work, sort of. I say sort of because if I remember correctly, if we go to level 4, for example, the levels are kind of all the same. And then if we go to level 8, okay, it was okay. I mean, it was functional. Oh, that's what I was talking about. The levels are kind of a little bit broken. So that was Gemini. Now, if we go to ChatGPT 5, you can see what that one looks like. And I'm just going to show you Gemini, ChatGPT, and then the newest model. We can see ChatGPT. There's no bird. I don't know. It just really busted. So that's what we're working with. Here we go. Let me move myself over here so I'm out of the way. The background looks amazing, and we can see the sun, the clouds, wow, that's cool. All right, level select. The UI looks really cool. The background of the stars, the fading in and out, that's amazing. Click to drag the bird and aim to release on launch. We can actually see what that looks like, and I think it suffered from, okay, what did I hit? Oh, so you can see the wood pallets. They're actually dropping right off the start. And it always says level complete. Oh, there you go. There's the pig. So it looks really good. All right, let me try to lose on purpose. Hello? Claude? Can I lose? Okay, so this one, it's allowing me to lose. So we can see the birds deducting in the top right. It says try again. So let's try it again. Let's actually try to win. Now let's try to go through all of the levels real quick. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I hit the bird. See, there's no pig in this one, and we can just kind of move on. So the game is functional. It looks really good. Just the levels need some work. So we can kind of see here, we are on all the levels. We have all completed them all at 3 stars each. Not bad, pretty good start. I think this is really cool. At least from a UI perspective, probably the best so far. So the way this test does work, and the way I'm going to do this, is I'm going to take all of this code here, not the whole page, of course, that'd be crazy. Oh, here, I'll just click the copy button. That'd be the easiest. And now I'm going to paste it and put it on the website and add it as a result. So if we come back here now and I hit refresh, it should, in theory, be there. So here's Claude Opus 4.5. It is marked in the history books along with all the other models that we test. Let's move on to the next test, which is Minecraft. So this one, like I said, is a lot more in depth. It says you're an expert game developer. We go ahead and give constraints, and we have a constraint of 1,000 lines of code, and you can kind of see everything we are working with. If we go to preview, here is Gemini, and this is what Gemini looks like, and it is really fast. You can actually plant and delete blocks, but everything is really dark. We have GPT-5, and here is GPT-5. Again, pretty quick, but the controls are inverted. So I actually go forwards with S and go backwards with D. So it's a little bit weird, but we can see the level here. It's kind of generating as we walk. So it's pretty good. All right, so let's see what our newest Claude model has given us. All right, so Minecraft, we can see the UI, it's loading. Here we are, and I just moved back. I don't have control to look left and right. So apparently I can left click the break and right click the place, but I can't really do that. Can I move? Okay, I can pick different things with the numbers, but that's about it. And if I move back, what can I do? Oh, I fell off the map. So if I refresh it, I think that's the extent of what you can do. It's kind of a little bit broken. So the other models, despite the UI looking really good here, the other models actually worked, where this one, I can't really look around, and I am stuck where I fall off the map. So the code that we have on this model is the first code produced. That's just how it works. First code. I want to see what it's able to do if we add a follow-up to see if it can actually fix the issue. So it says, hey, it sees the issues. Here's the mouse look problem, and here's the falling off the map problem, and we'll see if it's able to fix it.
5 minutes later.
So this is our updated code here. You can see the play button. I can't actually click it. It does nothing still. I can't look around, but I can still move with the play button up and running. So you can see the Minecraft world looks really good. It's really smooth. It's really fluid. Like, this is me just jumping around. We can see the trees, the mountains. It's generating like a full world. I'm not falling through the map anymore. It looks amazing. It really does, and it's really, really smooth. However, it can't fix the play button issue. It doesn't allow me to like move my cursor around, and from what I can tell, I can't place blocks either. And I know you're going to say, hey, there's a big play button on the screen, but I've gone back and forth with it a bunch, and it just doesn't want to do it. So despite the UI looking really good, I feel like we're just like slightly away. We're getting really close to being able to say, hey, I want to play Minecraft. Do I want to buy it, or do I want to just code it myself? We're pretty close to that. All right, Subway Surfers, but with cars. Let's just go straight to the preview. This is the one I was showing you earlier. So Gemini looks really good, but it's not functional. The car just kind of goes back and forth. I don't get to control it. Then we have ChatGPT 5, and you're going to see this version here. This one we can control, and we can go back and forth, but there is no road, and you can kind of see what this one looks like, but at least this one is playable. So that's kind of what we're working with, right? Let's see this one here. We have Turbo Drive. Again, the UI looks really, really cool. Start your engine. So this is the game here. I've been playing it for a few minutes just to increase the speed. You can kind of see it going up now. It's getting a little bit harder. I just thought in the beginning, for the first couple of minutes, it's just kind of boring. The controls are inverse. So to go right, I got to click left, and to go left, I got to click right. So it just kind of throws me off a little bit. The things in the way, we got pylons and we got cars. They look pretty good. The background looks kind of cool. It's a pretty good game. Again, like 1 or 2 prompts, and this could be kind of fun. Oh, our car is swerving back and forth. So if I just leave it, you can actually see it swerves itself within the lane, but Okay, let me move out of the way. But I can still control it to go left and right. So let's just crash here. We can see the final score. That's a pretty cool game. It works, and it works well, and it looks good. And this is all on the first shot. Best game for this category. Okay, so this next one is Sonic, and you can see the prompt here. Can you make me a simple Sonic 1 inspired game? For now, just use simple blocks. This has gotten the largest range of responses from all the different models. So in terms of like games, this is the closest we've ever gotten to a game, which was the newest version of Gemini. We can collect rings, and they made this game like super hard, but you can collect rings, and you can see I have 3 rings here, and we go through this just randomly generated level to get to a flag, and once we get there, a brand new randomly generated level appears. So this is the closest we've ever gotten to a single game. We have ChatGPT 5, and this one is very similar, and you can see like the little shaking animation, we collect the rings, and we can kind of go through too, but this one doesn't actually end. There is a door at the end, but the door does nothing. Hitting the rings does nothing, like the red thing does nothing. That's the end of the game. There's been a lot of really fun ones. Gemini 2.5 Pro, if I remember correctly, this was like a 3D version, and you can collect all the rings, and it says, hey, you win. Again, that's kind of the extent of what we're dealing with here. You got all the rings, press R to restart, or you lose. So that's kind of all the different options that we can work with. The prompt is really simple. Just create me a Sonic 1 inspired game, and for now, just use simple blocks. So we're giving it a really open-ended question, and I like the range of questions I've given. So some are really open-ended, some are specific. It allows the model to be creative, and some of them it's more like, hey, do this, do that, do whatever I'm telling it to do. And I think that this benchmark is a good comparison because I am comparing it to all the different models over time with the same exact prompt, making it kind of fair. So we can see here, it is working on the game. It's creating a Sonic 1 inspired platform game with simple blocks, momentum physics, blah, 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 blah. We'll be back in just a jiffy when you can see this working. We now have our Sonic game, and wow, this looks really, really good. He is super, super fast. We can collect our rings. And is there like an ending to the game, or is it like before where it just looks really cool? I don't know, was that, it doesn't look like Sonic, it looks more like a penguin, but we can see the rings here, we can see the speed we're traveling, and again, there's no ending to this game. So it's just kind of a world where we go around collecting rings, but we can't do anything. So despite it looking really cool, there's no real game aspect to this. So I'm going to give Gemini the edge here out of all the different ones we've gone through of Sonic still, because it is the only one that's like really a game. Unless we collect all the rings and it says, hey, you win. But I doubt it. We have all 19 rings. I don't see any others. So what happens now? Like this is it. There's no real game to this. All right, so let's go on to my favorite prompt of all of them, GTA. I want to create a single file GTA-inspired game using 3s and make it 3D. I want to have the ability to run around, jump in and out of cars that are moving around a downtown city. This should be 3D, try to make it look as good as possible while using only shapes. And you can see the preview of what it looked like. Gemini 3 was broken. I did go through the prompts as much as possible to see what it's able to do. We have Claude Sonnet was broken. We can see Grok Code Fast. You can see what that one looked like. Just gonna kind of fly through the different options here. ChatGPT 5, you can see what this one looked like. And let's just continue forward. We can see Minimax Agent. This one looked pretty good. It was really slow, but it worked. You can see the little mini map and everything. We have Gemini Diffusion, broken. Perplexity Labs, if I remember correctly, this one was actually, no, this one was broken too. Claude 4 Sonnet, broken. Gemini 2.5 Pro, and I'm say this in every video, if I refresh it, let's try this one again, Gemini 2.5 Pro preview. If we spawn on top, it's actually pretty workable. So you can see what that one looks like. We can like run around, jump, we can jump into cars and do all sorts of fun stuff. Now, let's go look here at Claude. We can see we have a downtown city, player characters, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Okay. Again, so the walking animation, let's just start there. No other model has done a walking animation off the first prompt, and all of those are first prompt. So there's that. It has road markings. The cars look good. The buildings look good. We can shift to sprint. the buildings actually have like hit detection and you can't go through them. So it looks really good. This is easily, without a doubt, the best single generation of GTA. And again, this is the hardest prompt, and it did a phenomenal job. It's not perfect. The controls are still inversed. The road needs some work, but the buildings look really, really good. Can we jump in a car? That is the question. Oh, we can jump too. Okay, can we just jump in a car now is the question. I can't move my cursor. It just has a hard time with that for whatever reason. After some back and forth with Claude, I was able to update the GTA game, and it is absolutely wild what it's able to do, especially in comparison to all the other models right now. So I want you to just look at this. This is insane. So in the bottom left, we can click this. This gives us information about the game. We can see the controls. So we can now drag to look around, space to jump, shift to sprint. We can enter cars. There is an actual wanted system, and Gemini had this as well, but this one works a lot better. I'm going to show you in just a second. But we have 1 cop is slow, 3 stars, 3 cops is fast. Cop hits you, you get busted. Look at the mini map. If we pan around, we can see the little green icon, and you can actually see all the things that are happening around us. So we can move forward, and we can see all the different cars. We can see people and just everything going on in the world. You can see the buildings look really good. That is absolutely insane. There's like little windows across all the different buildings. The cars still don't move very good, but the world and the streets are actually right. The street lights are okay. I mean, they go green, yellow, red, but they don't really work. The AI logic needs work, but you can see there is a person walking around, and I hit the wrong button. We can hit shift, and you can see I'm actually able to run around now. So you can see this is a cop car here because it has like the little light bar on the top versus the other cars that exist in the world. So we're not going to take a cop car. I mean, we could, it doesn't really matter. We're going to jump in this car here, and now we are driving this car. I want to show you what's going to happen. They're going to explode, and now we have 1 cop chasing us. So you can see we're just driving around here. We have a nice beach. There's palm trees. You can see the water up ahead, and there's all these people on the beach. And as we hit them, the stars are increasing, and there are more cops coming after us. So that's the extent of the map. So it blocks you off despite it looking really cool. And you can see on the map here, you can see the big red dots. Those are police that are coming after us. So you can see there's one here just like behind me. He's coming after us right now as we speak. This is absolutely insane. We're doing like a whole police chase in a game that we just made with like 5 or 6 prompts. This is wild. And if he hits us, I'm going to just dodge him for a second because I'm just too good. Oh yeah, look at this. Just amazing. Let me run over this person here first. Boom, they exploded. We should really make the game where we try to eliminate all the people off the map like Pac-Man, but GTA, like that's the whole purpose of the game. Try to run them all over before you get caught. If the cop catches you, I'm gonna let them actually catch me now, because that's the only way they can get me is if I allow them. Busted, you're caught. Now you can hit try again. The whole game restarts. GTA Claude 4.5. Absolutely insane. This is mind-blowing how good this actually is. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. We cover AI on a daily basis. Like the video. It tells the algorithm, hey, I enjoy this type of content. I want to see more of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time with another AI video.
Waiting in the room right there. AI tools, AI news, AI prompts you can use. It's all for free. Just come and see at FranklinAI.com where you're meant to be.